Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Goosebumps. One Day in Horrorland. Now, this is a very unique episode. Particularly, it's not one of my favorites. I like the first half. It's a two-parter. The second half, not as much. The twist, that twist I've never liked. But people, fans of Goosebumps, they love this twist. They love it to death. Some people have stated it is their favorite Goosebumps book, their favorite Goosebumps episode ever. It's so popular that when R.L. Stine started rebranding his books and changing stuff around, this was one of the stories I think he took. Not only that, but there's a video game based off of this, maybe even a board game too. But I know for a fact there is a video game. It's on the DVD. The trailer of the video game is on the DVDs. And, I think what it is that, the first half I like because some of the spookier, crazier stuff happens. If that would have lasted longer, maybe that twist at the end would have been cooler. I don't know. But I just never liked that twist. It just never done anything for me. But I know this is a fan favorite. So anyway, it's a family. They're out in the middle of nowhere. They're in a beat up station wagon. They were supposed to go to Zoo Falls or some type of petting zoo. And the boy in this, he really, really, really wanted to go to Zoo Gardens, I think it's called. He really wanted to go there, you know what I'm saying? And he's whining and he's complaining. He's getting on the family nerves. He's doing the whole "are we there yet" type thing. And so the dad's reading the map and he doesn't understand how he got lost. But then he's like, you know what? We're going to find it and everything. They're literally out in the middle of nowhere, out in a giant field. How does he get that lost? And there's dirt roads and everything. Now, one cool thing is that, it's setting it up because you're not really expecting where they're going to go. So they have hokey music playing. And that's one thing I appreciate so much about Goosebumps. The music, it really sets the tone of the episode. So then they go to an amusement theme park. It's called Horrorland. They don't know how they got there. It's nowhere on the map. But, the boy is all excited. He's like, oh, this is going to be scary. The mom doesn't want to go, but the kids do. So they decide to go. Now, in the parking lot, there aren't that many cars there. Some are abandoned and messed up looking. So they go there, and there are tons of monster-looking people. So they, of course, assume there's people wearing masks and costumes. But then they realize the mission there is free. They're so happy to have them there. Now, they see a monster walk by, and it has the head of a girl, and the head is real, and it's talking to people. And she's all like, don't go on a guillotine ride, it will chop your head off and everything. And some of them are freaked out by seeing her. Other ones think, oh man, this is a cool robot looking thing. No, it's a real girl. So they should have got out of there then and there. So the parents split up from the kids. The mom doesn't want to. The mom is a worrywart and everything. But the dads are like, they're old enough. When the kids are walking around, they see a monster. And the monster tells them, leave now. This is a dangerous place for you. Find your parents and run. Well, as they're exploring and everything, we see another family. And they're being dragged into a room. The mom is all like, it's almost like they were being forced to go into that building and stuff. And the sign reads, only horrors can enter this room. No humans allowed. So it's hold up. Are these not really monsters? I mean, are these not really people dressed as monsters? Are they really monsters and stuff? And so, yeah, it's kind of freaky. So the kids, they go into a haunted mansion type place with a bunch of mirrors, and they're having a good time. But the boy gets separated from his sister, and the sister is starting to be crushed by the mirrors. The walls are caving in on her, And she's freaked out. She's screaming, she's hollering. The boy is screaming and hollering. We don't know what's going on with the boy. But then she falls through like a trap door and she goes through like this weird portal type thing. And then she slides out of like the back of the building because that's where the tunnel takes her. And the monster dude's all like, "Did you have a good time?" And she's like, "No, where's my brother?" And everything. "You stay away from me. You don't touch me." And then the brother's all like, "This was awesome. I was so scared, but it was awesome." She's like, "No, we find a mom and dad and we're leaving now." And he's like, "Nah, let's just do one more ride." So he bribes her into doing one more ride. They hop into coffins and they go down the river. At first, she's enjoying herself because it's calm and peaceful. Until the coffins, they close in and they lock. And they can't get out. So now the kids are scared. They're going down the river. The river's going a little bit faster. They're terrified. They're literally in the coffin about to meet their death. But anyway, the ride is over with. They get out. And now they're so freaked, they want to leave and they go find their parents. The parents are, the mom is still worried. The dads are like, whatever. Until they go get some drinks. And when the dude gives them the drinks, he pops open his fingernail claw and juice comes out his finger. Ugh. They've almost had enough until they say they're going to go look for their kids. And he's all like, "Kids? You got kids walking around by themselves here?" They're like, "Yeah." He's all like, and they're like, "Is that a bad thing?" He's all like, "Well, parents don't normally let their kids just wander around by themselves here." Now they've had enough and they're kind of freaked out. They go looking for their kids. And so they find them. They're like, "All right, it's time to go. Something's freaky's going on here." They run back out to the parking lot, but there's a giant gate there. And they don't understand where this gate came from. It wasn't there before. They can see their car, but they can't get to it. In comes the monsters, and they're like, "You're not going nowhere." So then the monsters take them into that same room that they took that other family. And then the giant twist happens. It's revealed that monsters have cable TV. They have their own game shows and other shows and in the monster world. That is the twist. I'm just kind of like, you freaked me out in the first half of this episode. In the second half, the monsters act all friendly and they have their own game show in cable TV. Like, what the world? So they convinced the family to stay and play for a brand new car. And yeah, they have their own info commercials and and everything. So the family's trying their best to win. And, they have to solve the puzzle. And they think that the Morrison family is lucky, but they get it wrong. And then the kids are able to figure out. And they said the Morrison family is lunch. So they're like, "You just won a brand new car," and everything. So they're all happy and excited until the girl is kind of like, "Wait, what do you mean we're lunch?" And so basically, it's revealed that, things are not what they thought it was. The monsters are really there to eat them and stuff. They lure families onto their like horrorland thing and then they eat them. Now, some things I want to point out. When they went to horrorland at first, we saw the sewer drain open up, the manhole cover, and a monster hand came up and it put a metal device on the car. What it was, don't know, but we're about to find out. Also, this marks the first time I ever saw a gay person on a television show. And it's a kid's show of that. One of the monsters is a makeup artist. He is super flamboyant and everything. And I was very shocked and surprised because this is like Fox Kids and this was in the 90s and you don't expect to see something like that. And so like the family, they run it, they hightail it on out of there. But they can't. They're stopped. And so he's all like, "We have something that's going to eat you for us," and everything. It's a giant monster thing. It looks like a werewolf looking thing. So they stick them in the room with the giant werewolf. It looks like the Saber from Camp Nightmare. And so they're about to get ripped up to shreds. They see glasses there. They see shredded clothes. They see teeth on the floor and everything. So this thing is literally going to eat the crap out of them for the amusement of the monsters. until one monster helps them out. He has like a French accent. He's all like, he should have been the host of this show and not this guy, but he's like the brother-in-law of like the person who runs it. So he helps them escape. They're running through like the woods. The monsters are in pursuit. They're scared. They're terrified. And then they see the parking lot and everything, and the gates there, but they see an opening. So they squeeze through the opening. The dad's the last one. He gets grabbed by the monster. They're trying to drag him back. The family is desperately trying to like save him and everything. And they manage to get him. They hop into the car, but the dad is like the last one again to get into the car. And the monsters are like pushing and shoving on the car. Dad gets in, he hightails on out of there. So now they're back on that open field that they were before, and then they never want to go there again. But then the dad realized something. He can't hit the brakes, and he's driving in the area of town. He don't know where he's at. The monsters are controlling the car with that metal device they put on the bottom. So it's kind of like Batman Returns when the Penguin puts that device on Batman's like Batmobile. So they drive them near off the edge of a cliff, and the car is dangling on the edge of a cliff, and the family is screaming and hollering as the car is teetering back and forth, and it's like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna fall over the cliff? But then it cuts to a monster couple, an old couple, and they're just kind of like, I hate these like human shows, they're too scary. And then they turn the TV off, so we don't know what happens to the family. And then they eat cockroaches and they like call it a night. Oh, see, I just don't know, man. That twist in the second episode, I just don't know, man. It just doesn't do it for me. The whole monsters having their own cable TV channel and stuff. But I do like the part where they're running from the monsters and they're in the car that picked back up to the scary part until it cut away to the couple. But that was kind of funny, but I want to know what happened to this family. So, we'll never know. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.